V for
Victory.
Vancouver.
Vidalia Onions.
Vandalay Industries. Whatever you call it. Have you seen this recently? And if so, how much have you paid for it? Because Phil is in the market for one. If you could just let him know, shoot him a text.
All right.
At
867
5309. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Now your number's out there. Congratulations.
Okay, Jenny.
Jenny's got my number.
Next
right?
on Ugly Thirds.
So
Welcome back to Ugly Thirds. Today's topic is the Millionaires Heritage Jersey. John Shrimps, take it away.
He's not even going to say rating rarities anymore. Merry Melodies, rating rarities.
ratings.
So, in the usual intro, we collect rare jerseys, and that's definitely our stick above anything else.
Yep.
We like the rare ones. They have stories to it. They're interesting. And it's something to go out and hunt for, right? And so in doing our rankings and stuff, we wanted to look at some of these jerseys more in depth, talk about individual jerseys. But we also wanted to make something interesting with it. So we put a rating system out of 50 points for how special these jerseys are, with appearance, noticeability, the number kit, the rarity of it, and the value you should expect to pay for one of these right now in 2024. And so we're looking at this, the 2014 Heritage Classic.
And we're going to find more of these special event jerseys in our mix for this segment.
For sure.
Just because, despite Reebok just making a ton of jerseys, overproducing, and that's why you can still go to an overstock seller like Full Moon Jerseys and get Reeboks for $39.99. These special event jerseys did not get a huge run.
They made them very deliberately rare. They pushed the market a little bit. I think you just didn't want to be left over with them. And even then, you'd find sales on the smalls, extra smalls,
Right.
and the occasional medium.
It's crazy because you can still get a Stadium Series highlighter orange Flyers jersey for $50, but the Pens jersey worn in the exact same game,
$300 to $400,
easy. So what was it about these one-offs that people either scarfed up or just discarded altogether?
You know, I think that's a huge, like, is it visually interesting? Is it something very different? Basically all the things we have in an episode like this.
Yeah.
So the Vancouver Canucks reached deep into their own history, well, their city's history. These are the Vancouver Millionaires that go back to the Pacific Coast Hockey League that played against the Seattle Metropolitans, among others. The Patrick brothers were running a rival league to the National Hockey League, which was a new upstart league at that point. And I want to say they won a couple cups in these, or something similar. I probably should have looked. So for this game in Vancouver, under the dome, because the weather was terrible, against the Ottawa Senators in the vintage white version of their barber pole, they wore these.
For me, it was probably one of the best looking and most historically well done outdoor games where you're throwing back to something.
Right.
Both teams looked great.
And it was good modern interpretations of those vintage looks.
Yeah.
Ottawa didn't do a straight itty-bitty striped barber pole. These, I'm sure, are a little chunkier than the real thing. Certainly wouldn't have been, this kind of collar. But they did it well.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good. And the color scheme in this maroon is so different than anything Vancouver wears. They didn't go back into the Canucks with the bright orange or flying V's or anything like that. They're already wearing blue and green. Shouldn't do that.
Those Ottawa ones are super hard to find.
Yes, they are. The reds you can find in bunches. The black one I found, they're not super common. Yeah. But that white one, it was available for a bit.
Yeah.
And then they just everyone who wanted one has one, and they're not selling it.
Like, there's a small one for the Ottawa right now. It's $3.49 Canadian.
See, and that's just
so like
it.
$70 American, which is great.
Pretty much. $2.61, which is
this I paid $200 Canadian.
Okay.
So that it was about $160,
and it's a customized replica.
Right. So it has Kessler on the back, and it's twill, which you went to EPS, and it is felt.
Right. So the one that I got done to on ice specs was made with felt. You can strip this. This is factory customization. You can take this off in the next 10 minutes and put the felt on there if you wanted to, if you wanted to send it out. Jersey's in good condition.
It's in great condition.
But it's, do you want that authentic, because the crest is
Felt.
Yes.
Which we can, if you want a jersey cam in there.
Jersey cam, huh? Let's see. We're gonna.
I miss the zoom.
Yeah, we need to figure it out.
We got to get that DSLR in here.
I did try to connect it.
Mine?
It didn't register.
That's because it's 8 years old.
So it's something with the plug-in.
So Vancouver worked really well. Look, I love this. I don't know why everyone's fighting this as an alternate logo. I like this better than the stick and rink. I have always hated the stick and rink, which I am in a minority on that. I acknowledge. I just don't get it. It's the most generic hockey logo possible. Oh, there's a stylized C. Yeah, I guess if you squint hard enough, maybe.
Yeah, it's not as noticeable. If you are a non-hockey fan or a casual fan, nobody's gonna see that and be like, "Oh yeah, it's a C for Canuck."
And Johnny Canuck is great for an alternate.
Yeah,
like but it's cartoonish enough that I don't think and it's busy enough. I don't think I'd want it on my shoulders. And the V with the Canuck head was.
Isn't that their logo for their AHL?
Yes.
Abbotsford
uses
that.
So
now. So you don't really want to take that.
Right.
It is a better minor league logo.
Yeah.
It's from the minor league days of the Vancouver Canucks when they were a Western Hockey League team. It just makes more sense in that scope.
They actually used this V as a patch for one of their milestones. I can't remember which one it was, but they had the regular Canuck with the Canuck logo with this V up in the corner.
Yeah, it was on the third jersey for a bit.
Yeah.
And I think I tried to put it on. It was way too big for
your
jersey.
Yeah, that's
when
we learned that
reason.
on ice jerseys versus replica jerseys have a different spec ratio.
Yeah.
But this jersey, appearance-wise,
once. They might have done it 2 more times during the season. I don't recall.
Perhaps.
But it popped up and it went away, never to be spoken of again.
Yep. So,
look, appearance.
How does it look?
I freaking love this. Could there be something better? Yes. I'm going to leave a space. It's a 9. Yeah. I love the vintage look.
You and I wear this one quite frequently out and about. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
But the Ottawa one that they were playing up against, I put it a little bit lower, but historically, like, this was one of that perfect game, like that perfect outdoor game that probably most people don't remember.
Right. And I'm starting to think that this might be the jersey that breaks our scale because it's going to be very high noticeability.
So is this noticeability at a Vancouver game?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we're probably talking like a 5. I'm gonna leave it at a 6. I think a 6 is fair. People know this exists. People know it's out there. You can get T-shirts with this logo on it. It's not as special as I want it to be. You just don't get these wonderful barber pulling stripes.
That's what's gonna bump it up just slightly for me. It's the barber pole that's gonna stand out to people. The maroon against the sea of blue and green.
So this number kit is very average. There's nothing special about it.
Yeah.
Even with felt, it's just a felt number kit.
Yeah.
Which, look, I love them, but it's not exactly your Burger King jersey with gold speckle on it.
And it's not. We'll use for felt. We'll use the new St. Patch jerseys as a good what you could do with a number kit with the stitching within the numbers itself.
The Sabres had some ones with that.
Sure.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Sure.
you could have made this a whole lot better. So I'm going to give it a nice even 5.
Yeah, I'm going to go, just because the felt itself, I'm going to go slightly above a 5. I'm going to do a 6.
Okay. Now here's Rarity. They do pop up, but they're not cheap.
No.
So it's I'm going to go with a solid 7 on this. I think it's that's my, you can find it if you want it.
But how badly do you want it?
That's exactly it.
What did you say it was going for, Phil?
That Ottawa one?
Yeah. The Ottawa one was $260. Everything I saw in terms of Vancouver, A, was a large or small.
Okay.
And it was anywhere between $220 to $269. So like
I was going to say $300, so I'm glad you said that. So I guess that does put us squarely in the $250 range.
Yeah.
And that's in smaller sizes. So I would say most Americans are an XL at this. Well, I guess that's probably
What?
a charge
Don't
thing. There's a
do
lot of
that.
XLs out there.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say it's a 7 in the 250 range.
Yeah, I'll go slightly less, just because if it's hard for me to get past. If you want it, you can get it, and
Right.
you're not going to completely collapse your finances to get it.
Right.
Um, it's you got yours customized though. Like you purchase it already customized.
Correct.
At what price point?
200 Canadian, so about 160 US.
Okay. Not bad.
No, I did very good.
Not
And I
bad.
want to say I actually like talked him down to 200. He wanted like 225 or something Canadian.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I managed to get it. I think I hit the right times of some of these things.
Yeah.
And I'm patient on a lot of this.
And that's the thing. A lot of these, you can be, because a lot of the eBay stuff is buy it now. And you can sit on it for a bit. If you know your jerseys, you can sit on it. If this shows up on eBay for $225 American, you can sit for a few, or you can try and dicker with the guy to get down a little bit.
Yep.
But for the most part, it's attainable.
Right. So that's our ranking. Phil, how does this rank? What's our average?
So right now it's our top one out of the couple we've done, 28.
28. You know, I'm not opposed to that. I figured especially noticeability. I think I checked myself a bit. That no, you do see these. You do have that stuff. This is not an unknown logo.
Yeah.
You'll notice it, but it's not like, oh my God, yes, let's tie you a nice jersey, buddy. Let's tie,
Yeah.
So it doesn't break the scale. It's better than the St. Pat's, but kind of okay with that.
Yeah.
This was meant to be hard. Reebok adjusted their supply and demand with this. They deliberately it was a deliberately limited run.
Yeah.
And that's why it's skewed up here. So
I got mine, if I'm not mistaken, for 120 or 130, and then add the $80 for the customization, the felt customization.
Right.
Puts you at 200-ish.
And I'd say it's gone. I mean, it's gone up a little since then.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously.
For sure.
But so first and foremost, do you like this kind of thing? Certainly going to be improvements coming. This is a pilot run of these 4 we've done. And we'll start putting up a larger ranking of the jerseys we've looked at, assuming we don't adjust our scales. And then, do you have one of these? Have you seen them? What do you think of them? Do you notice them when they're in a crowd? With that in mind, he's Shrems. I'm John. Phil, thanks out.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Ring the bell so you get notifications when we get new videos posted, and tune in for another episode of Ugly Thirds.
V for Vancouver.
Oh, that's what it's for. Okay.